Hello everyone. Today we will discuss chapter 8 motion of ninth class. Okay, so let's see the introduction of the chapter. In everyday life, we see some objects at rest and others in motion. So as the first line says, we see things around us. They might be at rest, they might be in motion. For example, birds fly, fish swim, blood flows through veins in arteries, and cars move. Atoms, molecules, plants, stars, and galaxies are all in motion. We often perceive an object to be in motion when its position changes with time. So, what they are saying? They are saying that when do we perceive something is moving? Or when do we feel like something is moving? When we often perceive an object to be in motion when its position changes with time. When something's position is changing with time, we see or we perceive that thing to be in motion. However, there are situations where the motion is inferred through indirect evidences. For example, we infer the motion of air by observing the movement of dust and the movement of leaves and branches of trees. So, here what they are saying, when the air is moving, or when we cannot see air moving, but we can feel the wind around us. So why we can feel that? How we can feel that? By watching the motion, or by seeing the leaves of the trees moving, or by seeing the dust around us. So we see that the air is blowing, or there is wind around us. What causes the phenomena of sunrise, sunset, and changing of seasons? So, what causes the phenomena of sunrise and sunset? Of course, the motion of Earth. We have seen rotation and revolution of Earth causes days and night, and causes the changing of seasons. Then, is it due to the motion of the Earth? Of course, it is due to the motion of Earth. If it is true, why don't we directly perceive the motion of the Earth? So see, they have asked a very good question. What they are asking? They are asking that if the Earth is moving, or if the Earth is in motion, then why don't we directly perceive? Means I am there on the Earth, but I cannot see, or I cannot perceive the Earth is moving. So why is it so? So here it becomes important to understand that for defining the things to be in motion or at rest, we need to have the frame of reference. See, what is the frame of reference? For example, if I say that I am there on the earth, we know the fact that earth is in motion. Of course, it is rotating, it is revoluting, but I do not perceive the earth as in motion. Why is it so? Because here earth, I am there on the earth, but I'm moving along with the earth. As earth is rotating, I am also rotating. As earth is revoluting, I am also revoluting. So that's why I do not perceive the earth is in motion. Similarly, other objects on the earth, they do not also perceive the motion of earth. Like, an object may appear to be moving for one person and stationary for some other. So yes, they are saying the very good thing that it's not like that. In the language of science, we cannot call that the object is in motion or the object is at rest. See, for one person, the object might be in motion. For the other person, it might be at rest. For the passengers in a moving bus, the roadside trees appear to be moving backwards. A person standing on the roadside perceives the bus along with the passengers as moving. However, a passenger inside the bus sees his fellow passengers to be at rest. What do these observations indicate? So see, they have explained it with example, like a passenger who is there in the bus sees outside his windows, and he perceives that the trees or the objects outside the bus, they are moving in the opposite direction. But are they really in motion? No, trees are not in motion. But the passenger inside a moving bus perceives the trees in motion. Similarly, we say a person who is standing outside the moving bus, perceives that the person sitting inside the bus along with the bus is in motion. So For one person, see, and for the same passenger, if a fellow passenger is sitting in front of him, then he seems to be at rest. So what do we see? We see that for one person, the things might be at rest. For the other person, they might be in motion. So how we can say that the things are in motion or the things are at rest? So for mentioning that, we need to mention the frame of reference. Without the frame of reference, we cannot say that whether the things are in motion or the things are at rest. Fine. So here, let's see what they are saying. Most motions are complex. Some objects may move in a straight line, others may take a circular path, some may rotate, and a few others may vibrate. So motions can be of many types. Okay, the motion can be in a straight line, it can be of circular motion, it can be like vibratory motion. So motions may take many types, or motions may be complex. When it is of more than one type of motion, the motion said to be complex motion. For example, the earth is rotating and revoluting at the same time. So its motion can be said to be as complex motion. So there may be situations involving a combination of these. In this chapter, we shall first learn to describe the motion of objects along a straight line. We shall also learn to express such motions through simple equations and graphs. So in this chapter, you are going to study the motion along the straight line. Then after that, you will see you will also learn to express the motion in a straight line with the help of equations and graph known as equation of motion, graphs of uniform and non-uniform motion, velocity time graph, and you will also learn about distance time graph, displacement time graph. Later, we shall discuss ways of describing circular motion. So later in the chapter, you will also learn about the circular motion. Okay, so here they have, just in the introduction of the chapter, we have seen the most important thing is that how we can say that the things are at rest or the things are in motion. I will support this introduction with another example. For if I say that you are there on a bicycle and you start pedaling your bicycle, and a friend is sitting behind you on the bicycle. So the friend sitting behind you perceive you as at rest, because here the frame of reference is the bicycle, and you both are moving with the same bicycle. So you see your friend is at rest, but you see the trees passing by and the other things on the road are in motion or passing in opposite direction, because here the frame of reference is you, and you are moving. So that's why you see those things is in motion. So like this, we see that without the frame of reference, we cannot state that whether the things are at rest or in motion. If you want to like, for example, if I say that earth is rotating and revoluting, but we do not perceive the motion of earth. But if we go to moon, moon is also moving. So from there we see that we can see the motion of earth. Why? Because the frame of reference changes. Fine. So here it becomes important to define the frame of reference before we classify the things as rest or in motion. Thank you, everyone.